Hey guys, I'm Michael.
And Tony, what's up?
Welcome to MT Podcast. So,
A lot has happened the past couple days. Been kind
Not-
of crazy, honestly.
not really a lot has happened. I mean, a lot's happened.
Yeah, a lot
but,
has happened then, but
but not bad stuff.
Nah.
I tell you, so we're really trying to figure out where to set up shop per se. Did you see the backgrounds changed back to the original background? We tried that second bedroom, and the lighting wasn't all that great in my opinion. It's very echoey.
We tried doing it in the living room, but I feel
And then all the fans and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm almost honestly to the point where I want to give up, but I'm not going to. But I'm gonna keep going, and
this is our last video. Goodbye, guys.
no, it's not. No.
We love and miss you.
Don't say that.
But
Don't-
we're sorry, but we have to
Don't
close
say
it.
that's not true. That's not true. That's not
the
true.
way it was going.
That's not
The
true.
way you were making it out to be. You're like, I'm ready to give up. All right,
I'm
guys,
just-
last video.
I'm just discouraged. That's all.
And for some reason, they only
We're broke. Honestly, we're broke, and we need equipment. And some of the equipment that we need, the really good stuff that we need, like phone holders and lighting, and great chairs, and stuff like that. All that stuff's in that Amazon wish list, and that's the stuff we need. But we're broke, so that's what he was hoping. If you guys really enjoyed us that much, you would help us out a little bit. And we're still very hopeful for that. So if you guys could just keep that in mind, I'll keep I'll put the Amazon wish list in the description again, and maybe you guys will feel blessed enough to buy something that you see on that list that you like for us, and but it's hard. It's hard. I mean, we're trying. We looked at some options as far as like video. I seen. I was like I told you, I've been with guys recording on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and the best cameras are on the back of the phone, and we've been using the front camera, which is I think 12 megapixel. I can't remember the specs on that.
I don't pay attention enough to know what that is. So.
I can't remember the specs, but it's not nowhere near as great as the rear cameras. And as you guys can see, like some of the videos are even a little pixelated, and that's from
that camera quality is.
Yeah, the front facing camera is like, I think max resolution is like, well, see that's what I don't understand, because I think like in FaceTime and stuff like that, max resolution is like 1080p
Yeah.
in FaceTime. But
You're just doing like.
but whenever we
video
record
or-
these videos, they're actually coming out in 4K, technically 4K. So
Not really 100% sure how that works.
I've never been a camera guy. I'm a tech guy, but I'm not a camera guy. So, two different things. But we've been looking at some stuff like camcorders on Walmart's app, and some of those, they're a pretty good deal, whatever. But like I guess they're having some kind of deal going on right now. They had one that was usually like $359, and now it's like $80. So that's what we're running into, guys, and we're really sorry that the background keeps changing, and I also feel like we keep I feel like, I don't know. Like I said, I've just been a little discouraged the last couple of days. If you guys don't think it's that bad, comment in the section, the comment in the comment section below it, and let me know it's not that bad. I mean, help me lift up a little bit. You know, I need that lift up. But
You guys have made it this far. Put Snapple in the comments.
we
Sponsor me one day, Snapple.
now do need to sponsor us first, because
It's funny. I think if I'm correct, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but isn't that made by the same company? Isn't that Pepsi?
I don't know.
I want to say I think it is. Is it made by the same? I don't know.
It says produced under the authority of Snapple Beverages Incorporated.
Yeah, but who owns Snapple? That's what I'm saying.
Well, look
There's
it
got
up.
to be somebody that somebody owns Snapple.
But how do you know Snapple's not Snapple? Like it's not, Snapple is Snapple.
Well, yeah, but you got Sprite, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, but they're all different names. Like you have a whole Mountain Dew section, but this is by
Thanks for putting your paws on the place where I drink at.
but this is made by Pepsi. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he's looking at me and him both just got done eating Buffalo Wild Wings,
Good place. Good place.
and I got I love spicy food. I love spicy food. But I got the most spiciest sauce they had, which was wild. So it goes from sweet to sweet and sour to mild to hot to wild, and I chose wild. It's the hottest thing they have.
It's owned by Keurig Dr. Pepper.
It's made by who?
Keurig Dr. Pepper.
Keurig. It says Keurig like the Keurig machine coffee. Dr. Pepper like in Dr. Pepper's Coca-Cola products, ain't it?
I think so, yeah.
Anyways,
They own Dr. Pepper, Canada Dry, Mott's Juice, Snapple, and other brands. Well, that's weird. But alright.
I swear I thought Dr. Pepper was a Coca-Cola product. Oh yeah. Anyways, so we had Buffalo Wild Wings. That shit was hot. Tony had buffalo honey barbecue. His was, I didn't try his, but he ate his whole thing. I ordered 30 wings. He ordered 15.
That's why I ate everything you didn't. I had half of what you ordered.
I ate like 10 or 11 wings out of mine, and out of my 30. And I couldn't do it no more. I mean, I was sitting there, I was almost drinking the ranch out of a little tiny little cup. The ranch won't even help it. But I know we're not as energetic as we usually are. And that's because I kind of set the mood by being a little bummed. But this week, the last couple of days have been, crazy. So my fiance, she took off of work Friday. No.
Thursday.
Sorry, she took off Thursday. And she already had Friday off. And today's Saturday. Saturday, March
8th.
March 8th. And so she took off, like I said, Thursday. And she was already off Friday. And she also got paid. So we went, shopping or, went out to eat a few times and took Tony along every time we went out to eat. Tony's gotten fed like 6 times the last 2 days, 7 times
It's been fantastic.
in the last two
Great.
days.
It's been great.
And, we go out to eat just about every damn time. So, actually, every time we go out to eat.
Pretty
Every time
much
we eat, we go out to eat. So,
Yeah, because everybody schedule, we get busy and we get lazy and nobody wants to cook. we make little small things in the house, but it's not, man. So mainly, yeah, we end up, eating out a lot more.
Well, cooking's not an issue, but
Well, I don't feel like cooking. I don't know about her, but I don't feel like cooking food at 1 o'clock in the morning and then be up at like 6 or 7 in the morning.
cooking's not an issue. It's just when you got limited amount of money for groceries, you got to spend, say you spend $500 a month, $600 a month in groceries, and then,
It'd be gone in like a couple days to a week.
well, $500 or $600 worth of groceries last us about 3 weeks. And if you really, that sounds like a lot of money, $500, $600. But if you really, for 2 people, because like Tony has his own refrigerator actually out here under the carport. So in the refrigerator in the house is ours. So the only reason we don't have that refrigerator inside is because my landlord bitched about it the day I was trying to move in, and he says, "Well, you can't have it inside, so you got to keep it out here." I'm like, okay, whatever. So, anyways, so basically $500 or $600 that'll last me and Kat, like I said, about 3 weeks. And if you really calculate it, that's about $10 to $15 per person per meal. So that's about average,
At that point,
And that's not eating nothing fancy. It's rare that we're actually able to get like stuff like stew beef or steak or stuff like that. I mean, hamburger meat, sure, because that's cheap. But like the good stuff, like shrimp, fish, all that good stuff, we count that out because that ain't happening. But $500 or $600 lasts us about 3 weeks, and then what happens is the kid gets paid. We gorge out on fast food and then restaurants for like 2 or 3 days, and then I go buy groceries again.
because at that point we have already spent over most of our money.
About $300 or $400.
Yep. And we wonder where it all went. We're like, oh, that's why I got like 20, cups of, McDonald's cups, or I got like, 10 bags of Burger King or Buffalo Wild Wing bags, sitting here.
Speaking of Burger King, it was like, so Burger King in our city closes at midnight. And we did an online order through the app last night around like 11:20 or something. And the Burger King is about 10 to 15 minutes away from my house. So we all pile up in the car. We get there fairly quick. So it's about, I want to say 11:30, 11:35, 11:40. They hand us our stuff, and it's wrong. Well, it's not necessarily it's wrong. There's stuff missing. So we have to go back to the drive-thru and tell them the stuff's missing. And then we get home, we finally get our food. It was so disgusting. Like the regular stuff that would usually be good, like on a normal day, was absolutely terrible. And I'll be honest with you, my stomach's kind of been bubbling ever since then. Ever since last night I ate that, so I got bubble guts. And I think they did it, like you should have seen, like it was like, it literally looked like somebody just threw up on my burger. I got that new steak burger or whatever it was they had, like steakhouse burger or whatever. And I had got, you should have seen the way it looked. It looked like somebody literally puked on the burger. Did or did it not?
They pretty much, it looked like they just kind of threw everything together, just like threw it on there and just put it on, like they literally just slapped it down,
Mixed
threw
it
it in a
all
wrapper,
together,
threw it in a
yeah.
wrapper, and then just send it on. And I'm like, in normal places you go, that they'll make the whole burger or sandwich, whatever, whatever you're ordering. They put down layer by layer, and then they put it all together, and they wrap it up nicely. They send it off and stuff to the counter, all that to get, picked up. But yeah, honestly, just the way his looked, it looked like they just threw stuff together, slide things just because, slammed it together between the buns, and then just threw it off.
But see, here's the thing. When I was a teenager, I worked at Burger King. That was actually my very first job with Burger King. And I was still in school. And I didn't really like the job because I do things on my own time. And what I mean by that is, if I'm rushed, I'll actually screw up. I like to take my time doing things. Not necessarily at a slow pace, but at a medium pace, a good pace, but at the point where I can get it right. I don't know about other fast food restaurants, but you have a certain amount of time, no matter how big the order is, especially through drive-through and dine-in. I think it's like a minute and a half. No matter how big that order is, you got to get everything done in that minute and a half. And it's something like, if you, every time it goes past that time or something like that, it clocks it or something, and then like it makes a report of it and then sends it to corporate, and then when corporate does like their yearly reviews or whatever. But like, I mean, that shit was like, back when I was a teenager, that shit was like, I mean, it was like, just like crazy fast. I mean, it was, here's your drink back. But I mean, it was so fast. And like, I'm the type of person like, this is my medium pack, my medium, like, pace. That's a good medium pace for me. No, they wanted all that crazy stuff I did before. Here's your drink back again.
No, my drink's been assaulted a couple times. You know what's funny? I think he even moved the camera too. The camera got moved in the process. Yeah. Camera got moved, I'm sure. Somewhere down the line. Thank you. Somewhere down the line. Somewhere it happened.
But let me go back to the whole background thing. Sun's blinding me. Oh, maybe if I sit back a little bit. Anyways, I think this is going to be what you guys see from now on. I think this is the best thing that we can do for you guys for right now.
Yeah.
Until we get better equipment and better stuff, I think this is the best we can do.
Like, I still see eventually, probably, like, I don't know how you would, but I do eventually see us taking that second bedroom and still making that it.
Oh yeah, but we just need a lot of stuff. We need a lot.
Yeah, we kind of gotta build on it and stuff and fix it up before we actually, do it. And so yeah, I agree with him. This is gonna be, majority of the background. But once we get everything like actually situated in that room, yeah, that's gonna be the actual, main spot. Because we don't have to worry about a lot of sounds or people coming in and interrupting and all that, and it'll just kind of be, it's kind of like almost our own little space kind of thing. Not have to worry
really,
about.
that room's not all that big. It's probably like 15 by 20. I mean, it's not that big of a room. And I'm working on trying to find. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you guys can tell, but behind me I live in a mobile home, a trailer. But this is the best trailer I've ever lived in. That I've ever rented, actually. I pay $850 a month, and right now the amount of money I'm paying now for this nice of a place, it's actually very unheard of. And if you guys have looked for places to rent, I mean, crappy trailers are going for what I pay now. But this place is very nice. It doesn't have a single issue wrong with it. Nothing. This is the first I have lived in, like, since I've been on my own since the age of 16. I have lived in, give or take, and I'm 28 now, so I've lived in, give or take, 10, 15 different trailers. And the reason I've lived in so many places is because something will be wrong with the trailer, and the landlord promises to fix it and then never does. But I don't have that issue here. And I'll give you an example. The last trailer I moved out of, the main thing was the heating and air system. It had really bad ductwork, and holes were all in the duct. And that's a common thing for most places I've ever rented, was bad ductwork. But there was more things than that. The second biggest thing was the place I moved from before I moved to here. They had we were connected to a well, and the landlord kept sending some guy out he knew, and the guy wasn't even a professional. It was just a friend, almost like a maintenance man or whatever you want to call it. And it never fixed the problem. Our water was brown and it stunk, and the landlord kept he claimed he spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to get the well right. Well, after I moved in, he finally put a tap in from the city, and after it was all said and done, they go to pull the pump out of the well, and find that the well had collapsed on itself. So I lived like that for a year with dirty water and having to use filters. It screwed up my wash machine. I had to buy a brand new wash machine because all that dirty water just screwed my wash machine up. We'd buy Brita filters for the faucet screwed onto the aerator. Those filters would be clogged up within a couple of weeks. And then showering, you would take a shower and you'd come out feeling like you still got something on your skin. It's I don't know how to describe it. You wasn't still clean, or So,
not a good place to live.
Not a good place to live, and that's a lot of what I have to face during all those trailers I've ever lived in. It's always something to do with something needed to be fixed. The landlord wouldn't fix it. And sure, there are legal things I can do about it. I could take it to civil court. But that's a long process, for one.
Is it really even worth it?
And two, after everything's said and done, and once, I'm sure the judge would rule in my favor, because, if I pay money and something's not getting fixed, and I've done all the things I'm supposed to do, and the judge rules in my favor,
They're going to blame the landlord for not getting done.
Of course they are. But what I'm saying is, what's to say the landlord doesn't evict me afterwards? Retaliation. Now, that's also against the law, but you have to prove that's retaliation, and that's hard to do. So it's just not worth taking a landlord to court, civil court. There are such things as renters' rights. But, anyways, I think I got shit. My stomach. Remember I told you I got bubble guts? Yeah. I can hold it. I can hold it.
Yep, that's the word on the video.
Nah. Tony's been home too for the last couple of days, so it's been all fun and giggles and laughs, and another reason I'm not all that hyper is because I just ate, so I like to go to sleep after I eat. I like to go to sleep and
He gets food comas a lot.
and go to sleep for 2 or 3 hours and wake back up.
And then we eat again.
No, we don't. Not
Yeah, we
that
do.
soon.
Yeah, we do.
Not that soon.
Sometimes we do. It just depends on how. It just depends on when we wake up. Like if we wake up when Cat gets home,
which would be like,
good chance that we probably would be eating something.
well, what's
But even
time?
then, it's 5.
See, Cat gets home at midnight, so yeah, so that'd be 6 hours. You know,
You can sleep 6 hours. I know you could.
I can't. I can only sleep about 3 hours, and then my back starts hurting, and then I got to get up. And it ain't the bed either, because I got a brand new, less than a year old Sealy mattress, king size Sealy mattress. So it's not the bed. It's pillow top. It's a very comfortable bed.
There's a lot of silly things on the bed too, but
What do you mean silly things?
there's a lot of silly things.
What do you mean?
You do silly things on my bed.
Oh, you mean you saying I fuck on that bed? Okay, yeah. I do a lot of fucking on that bed too.
He's silly. He's
Yeah.
a silly boy on that bed.
I do a lot of fucking on that bed. And well, we told you I told you that I was polygamist. So me and Kat will bring a girl home, we'll fuck her to death on that bed, and then, you know, if it works out a relationship, it works out. If it don't, then we still got some ass out of it, I guess.
They all die. They all die afterwards.
No, we make sure that they have papers saying they're clean first. And we make sure.
Oh, what are they, Mexican? You got papers for them now and they're clean?
No, I mean that like they have a doctor's note, or you know, saying that they got tested or showing their test results, them being tested. I don't play that shit.
No STDs, no HIVs around here. No AIDS.
That's right. That's right. And me and Kat, we got our paperwork too. So
If it's one of those, it's fine to stick it in. Or at least that's how he sees it.
yep.
That's his motto. I'm pretty sure there's a sign out there like that. I'm gonna find it for you. Stick it in and be happy.
Yeah. Stick it in and be happy.
I'm sure there's a sign somewhere.
Oh, I'm definitely happy. I'm definitely happy when I stick it in.
It makes you more funny if I can find one that has something to do with Trump too.
Oh Lord, that's pushing it too far.
Sticking it in Donald Trump. Now I'm happy.
That's wrong, dude. That's so wrong.
Is it a Trump house though?
By the way, currently me and Kat, we're single and we're looking for someone. So if you think I'm cute or Kat is cute, hit us up. We'll check you out. We'll see what you're about.
Remember, I'm not Cat.
Yeah, he's not cute. Let's just comment, no, you're not cute. Tony's a cute one.
I just gotta throw that out there just to make sure.
They're like, Tony's a cute one.
Nah, I'm just the back burner.
Nah,
I'm
Tony's the
back
main
burner
one.
man.
Tony's the main one. Hell, he got a comment already talking about that Tony makes him laugh or whatever they said. Tony actually really is a good guy. I said it in the last video. Tony's a good dude. He really is. Y'all want to know something? I'm gonna put him on blast. He ain't gonna like me for this.
Nope, not at all. I know exactly what you're about to say.
What am I gonna say?
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you say it.
Tony just lost his virginity just last year.
Of course you would.
And ever since then, he ain't had no more. Poor thing. One time, quick whammy bam and thank you ma'am, and that was it.
I'm like
And
the
he
Flintstones.
drove
I'm like the Flintstones.
to another state. He drove to another state
I
to
know.
get it.
I know many people will do that. I know many people that go out of state just to go get that. Remember that rules the world.
Out of state. I can't say nothing. I went out of state before, but I mean it won't because that was my first time.
And
Yeah. I went out of state once. All the rest of the girls were from North Carolina. Except whenever I went over the road with my dad's a truck, whenever he's a truck driver. And I had one in almost every other state.
Yeah.
And they won't lot lizards either. No lot lizards. Believe it or not, I used to be this fat. I used to be 180 pounds. I was 5'6", 180 pounds. And I was bulky from muscles. I had muscles.
That's okay, buddy.
Because I worked out. I used to work out and weight train and all that stuff. So
That's okay, buddy. We'll believe you one day.
I got photos to prove it on my Facebook.
Well, time to start posting. We'll edit out a video. And we're just going to post that in there somewhere. But hey,
I'm not posting that. I'm not going to post it only because it's a family photo with over 30 of my family members.
No, we'll cut them all out.
You can't cut them all out.
Yeah, you can.
It's a big group photo.
You cut them all out.
And I'm in the middle.
You cut them all out. Technically, yeah, you can.
No, we can't. You know why? Because we don't have video editing
You
software.
don't need video software just for that.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
Apple came out when they updated to the, was it 17 or 18? They came out with some software where you can click on the photo and you can just save that.
Unfortunately, Tony, that's not very true.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately, Tony, you are seeing the ad of the Samsung Galaxy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Tony's not a tech geek at all. The Samsung Galaxy, like, you can take a photo and then somebody else is behind you don't like. Show it to me. Oh. What are you doing? See, you ain't doing nothing. That's so you can copy and paste it to a message.
You can still cut that out.
No, you can't. No, you can't. That's not how it works, Tony.
There's ways around it.
No,
There's ways around this.
no.
Stuff.
you gotta have video or photo editing software for that. I'm telling you, what you're thinking of in the video, the ad was people were at a beach, and there's people behind them in the photo. They were taking a photo. There was 3 people all together in the photo, but then there was somebody in the background, and they wanted to get rid of that person. And all they did was just like an eraser, and it erased them out the background.
I haven't seen that.
Or they clicked the image. There's also where some of the Samsung Galaxies where you just click the photo and then you can click remove.
I haven't seen that.
Well, that was the ad.
That's not what it is. There's something else you can do.
There's not.
I know Apple has something you can do.
There's not.
I mean, Apple sucks. At this point, we might as well switch over to Galaxy.
They have what's called iMovie. That's a video editing software, and it's kind of pointless on an iPhone because it doesn't give you many options. But versus if you had like an iMac or something like that where you can edit a whole lot better on those with iMovie. You can do stuff like that with iMovie, but
I'm pretty sure there's something out there with it.
I'm sure there is. It's like Adobe, there's stuff like from Adobe. It's like
I'm saying I'm sure Apple has something like that. That's similar to it.
I told you, an iMovie, yes.
Not an iMovie. There's something. I'm sure there's something else.
It's not.
Well, you want to find out? I'm gonna do some research later.
Well, that's fine. You do some research, and then you'll
I
find
will.
out. You'll tell me, oh, it's sorry, Michael.
No.
Yeah. Why? Because you can't admit when you're wrong?
No, because I'm gonna figure it out.
If I'm wrong, I'll admit to you. I'm man enough to say I'm wrong.
Oh, I know.
So you need to be the same.
For what?
If you find out you're wrong and you can't figure it out and it won't happen for you,
All right.
About the only thing you can do is probably crop the photo. That's about the only thing they'll allow you to crop a photo.
Yeah,
Well, they
any
don't.
phone can do that.
But they don't allow you to erase someone out the background or remove them, or, iPhone doesn't allow you to do that. I like how we just spent the last 5 minutes arguing.
And
Ah,
it'll be all right. It's not really arguing.
well, it's
It's just me putting out an idea, and you're like, no, it's not real.
not real.
And I'm like, well, let's just try to figure it out.
Well, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it off camera.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, this is where we end it.
No. Well, I probably should.
This is where we end it. So
Probably should, because there ain't much to really talk about today.
we've been lazy little bears, pigs. I don't know what you want to call us. Little lazy animals here lately. We've just been sleeping, eating food, watching movies, watching TV. Nothing really exciting is happening.
Yeah, nothing really. We really ain't had time to think about what we might talk about, or,
I mean, there's stuff going on out there we could always talk about. But neither of us have really took the time to actually dig into it, or it's not something where it's not as it's not detailed enough to we can make a whole video out of it. Like, 'cause there's stuff that there's people out in the world. There's stuff going on. Like, you hear you got stuff. What's happening in politics. You got stuff out there where there's different churches that are going on, and people are dying across countries and stuff right now. And I mean, you got new vehicles that are being made, and you got people like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, all of them doing different stuff behind the scenes. There's stuff to talk about, but
Steve Jobs is dead.
but there's stuff that's just to the point where it's not even worth it.
Steve Jobs is dead.
Sir, I'm just throwing names out there. Well, there's something out there to talk about, but it's only so much that we can make out of it,
And I just want to say, Apple does not suck. Apple is like the most superior thing out there. Here's what I'm gonna say: why Apple is the most superior company and devices out there. If you do an internet search and ask the internet, can an iPhone or can they get viruses or malware? They'll say yes. I mean, technically, yes, it can get one. Apple's operating systems can technically get viruses or malware. But the rarity of that happening is like super slim to none, because I don't know if you guys know much about software, but Apple software is based off of a Linux software, sort of, kind of. And Linux software, you literally, just to open one file, you got to type like 10 lines of code just to open one file. And hackers and people like that, they don't want to take all that time to write a code for a virus. And two, on top of that, Apple, almost every week, they're coming out with some kind of like little patch or update to, they hire people to find vulnerabilities in their software. And when somebody finds a vulnerability, they make a patch. And so Apple is one of the most secure, if not the only secure software there is out there. But yes, Apple is second in like ideas and adding features and stuff like that. But they are the most superior company, I believe. Yes, you can probably do more things on an Android, but you look up, can a virus or malware get onto an Android system, and you'll find a whole lot many more cases of that happening with an Android than you ever do with an iPhone or any kind of Apple products. I would say, like, I'll give an example. There's a great example. So I don't know if you guys ever remember the terrorist in the San Bernardino terrorist that happened, where he had an iPhone and the FBI kept taking Apple to court, and even Apple kept saying that, well, we can't unlock this terrorist's iPhone. Even Apple couldn't even unlock it. FBI couldn't unlock it. FBI and law enforcement have special software and tools to unlock most devices, but they just
Couldn't make it through.
they can't make it through an Apple product because Apple is just so secure. Now, I don't have any crimes I hide. That's not why I have an Apple device. That's not why I have an Apple device. But if you ever see something like, like in a crime movie or a crime TV show, or even like those, like legit, like police dash cams or police, chest cams or whatever, and they show the person had an iPhone, and then they're like, oh, we pulled this much data off of this phone, this and that and the other. Well, the only reason that happened is because so law enforcement got a warrant. Okay, the person gave up their phone. Law enforcement convinced them and says, "Oh, it would be so much easier if you just unlocked everything or gave us the passcode to your phone." If, say, they did that to me, and I didn't give them my passcode, well, it makes it 10 times harder for them, because then at that point they can't even access any of the data on the phone. Even with brute forcing and trying to copy, the only data that they could access at that point, and Apple would work with them on this, but the only data they could possibly access is your iCloud data. And that's why I don't mess with iCloud backups. I don't put nothing on iCloud whatsoever. So that's the only time that they could any information. So I don't know if you know this or not, but even though like if you do iCloud backups, your text messages are being backed up to the cloud. Your photos, your whatever. If you got enough storage, you buy storage or whatever for iCloud, all that's being backed up to the cloud. It's basically a copy of your phone. So even if you don't necessarily give them your passcode, if you back up all your stuff to iCloud, then that's how law enforcement gets what they want. So without iCloud and a very secure passcode, law enforcement can't get into your device.
Thank you for the TED Talk.
It's like, I think it's like, I think it's 185 bits of encryption. Let's see your phone for a second. I want to look something up. What the encryption level is for Apple devices. How many bits of encryption it is. Bits. So I was wrong. It's not 130 some bits. It's the data protection feature on iOS devices encrypts data on the device's flash drive by assigning a new 256-bit key to each file when a user or IT pro creates it. Yeah. So and this is even on Apple's website, on the A14 chip through the A18 chip and the M1 through M4 devices. It is AES 256 bit encryption. So if you know anything about bits of encryption and all that stuff, you know that what I just told you is basically almost impenetrable. Like you cannot get through that.
That's a lot. Like a lot of walls put up.
Yeah, that's like you get through it, but it'd take you years probably to get through those security programs and the walls and the firewall and whatever else. So Apple's very secure, very, very secure. So I know I turned that whole thing off of one statement. He said that Apple sucks, but I am an Apple fanboy. I've owned Androids in my past, and that was only because I couldn't afford an iPhone at the time. You
How
know.
dare you, sinner?
Well, you had an Android before you got an iPhone now, so
Yeah, I had a flip phone.
you did.
When I was younger, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the phone you had before this one.
It was an iPhone.
The phone you had before this one.
Yeah.
I thought it was an Android.
No, it was either the 11 or 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just thought it was an Android device. 'Cause
Before then, I had a Galaxy. Yeah.
Because you told me you had switched from Android to Apple, so I just
That was back in like, jeez, what was that? 2018, 2019. That's when I fully swapped over because I had lost my phone at the
fair.
the fairgrounds over there. And, so
I didn't ever keep up with it. What he bought, it's not my business.
yeah, pretty much.
But
I'm ready
Apple's
for bed.
great. Oh, why are you ready for bed?
I'm ready for bed. I think the food's finally starting to settle in me.
Okay. Well, I think that is our time to get off here. Again, my name is Michael,
Tony.
and we'll see you guys later. Peace.